Everybody, how's it going? This is Rolando here, and welcome back to Uchee Pines Farm. And today, if you want to look down, we're going to be talking about some plumbing, but not just any type of plumbing. We're going to be talking about inline plumbing. So what is that? What I'm working on today is an inline project. I installed a Dig Irrigation Timer, right? What makes this project easy is that I have something here called a repair sleeve. Now before I added this was just a 1-inch pipe just straight here. So here, this is a bushing with a threaded pipe. So basically this goes into this timer. See this right here? This is the timer, the irrigation timer. This is a Dig irrigation timer. And here I can set the timer from the day I want to water the pads to the length of time as well. And yeah, so pretty simple. It just tells me I could set it to where I want to. I could set it to run manually as well. And then right here it's connected with another bushing. This is a male threaded bushing that goes into here. And this right here, this will make your life way easier. This is called a repair sleeve. All right, so what is this connected to? Let me show you. This line is connected to this over here. This line goes through all these pads on this side that you see here. See, pad A, then we have pad B, pad C, right? And if you look over here, this line that I've just shown you, underground, you can't see it now, but it's underground, is connected with the T, and it pops up right here. Let me show you. You see where this hose is? This is where that line goes into. See, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a pipe here. There's a pipe here. You can see that. You see that? There's a pipe right there, and that's the same project that I was talking about. It goes here. We can leave this on, right? Because now the water is being controlled by that timer. We leave this on, the water travels through this hose, and it goes right there to the lay flat. This blue hose looking thing right here, it's kind of floppy right now because there's no water. The water's traveling through this lay flat, and it's going in through. So you see these valves that I can turn? These are the lay flat valves. This is connected to drip tape. So this drip tape actually goes all the way under here, all the way down to the end of the bed. And that's for every single bed that we have here. Over here, let me show you what it looks like underneath, right? Because what puts this down is the tractor. And then also the tractor puts this down as well. But you see how it's all the way, and that runs all the way underneath, all the way to the end of the bed. What I love about this timer is that the life on it, the battery life, lasts 2 or 3 years because it has technology that can save power. And so you don't have to worry about, oh man, I have to come back every month and check the batteries and da-da-da-da-da. One other thing I do like about this timer is that you can add Bluetooth to it as well. So you can control it from your phone if you're in close proximity. If you're thinking about working with a market type of setup like this, it's better to have one timer that you can use instead of buying multiple little timers, which cost more money and you have to maintenance them more. So another thing that you can add to this timer is something called a rain sensor. What is that? So let's say, for example, you have it set water at 9 a.m., right? Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. But Wednesday morning, it's also raining. That rain sensor will sense, hey, it's wet, it's raining now, and it'll shut off the water. So it'll save your pump from overworking itself and from your plants getting overwatered. Alrighty, so as you saw there that we have a project going on there that was finished putting the irrigation timer there that controls these pads on this side, on my left hand side here, right? We also have the same thing on that side. I completed that yesterday, the same type of setup with the same repair sleeve and all of that good stuff, controlling these pads. What we do here, we manage each side separately. What does that mean? So both timers have the ability to set a time and a length to run the water, right? We're on a well here at the farm. You might have a different setup, but we are on a well. And so this well waters all this right here, that from what you can see, all of this basically waters everything. We only have one well. Now, if we were to have everything running at one time, although we have a pretty powerful well and a pressure tank, the issue is that the demand for water would be so high that there would not be enough pressure to essentially push the water to every pad, to all the greenhouses, to the orchard bed. This is a huge orchard right here. It would be too much. So the timers come in handy to say, okay, at this time, this side of the garden, this side of the farm, these pads will be watered. And so for us, we have it watered at 6 a.m., about 2.5 to 3 hours. And then at, let's say, 9 o'clock, 9:30, this side will work. In the morning, the greenhouses will turn on. In the evenings, we turn on the orchard. So that way, the pump can run smoothly, the pump can run effectively, and everything gets watered. And of course, it limits the amount of work we have to do by turning on every single pad individually, manually, and going here and going there. It's all set up. All right, there's something I want to definitely mention. Two things. Number one, another thing what I like about this timer is that if this module, so this is a module here, if this ever fails, for whatever reason, you can purchase this separately. Basically, think of it as a door. That door is blocking the water from going through. I can manually set that door to close or to open. If that ever fails, always, always, please have a shut-off valve. What does that look like? If you want to come over here with me, in here, we have a manual shut-off valve. Basically, what it is a valve that you can turn to shut off the water in case, or turn on the water. See, right now it's on, right? If I do this, it's off. So why do I mention this? Anytime you are installing a timer like this in the ground, always have a shut-off valve, because let's say you have a line that needs some work, you need to cut something or you need to work on a line. If you don't have a shut-off valve, water is just going to keep running. And then if you don't have a shut-off valve, you're going to have to turn off the pump, the well, in order to work on the line. So it stops the water from going everywhere else. And you don't want that, right? So you want to have a backup system. The project is done, we got to close everything up, right? So what we want to do before, we don't want to just throw dirt on this timer. What I have in front of me is called an irrigation box. So yeah, so these type of boxes, you can get them from your local hardware store, your co-op, Home Depot, Lowe's, Tractor Supply, things like that. You want to get a box that's deep enough that will go, basically a box that can fit in here where you have space to work on. You don't want to get a box too small that let's say you needed to change the batteries here. You want something that you can a little bit comfortable so you can go in and change without having to, you're working in a tight space. And each box comes with a lid like this. See? Some you might find that have you can put a screw and a bolt in here and a nut here, so that way it can be secure so no one can tamper with it. But you have your own, if you're on your own property, you're not on public property or anything like that, then you probably don't need one. Probably may not need one. So this just goes on here like that. Close it like that. And that's it. And then you take your dirt. You want to always put your dirt to the side. You don't throw away the dirt because you're going to reuse that. And you just fill it up on the side here. All right. Well, that's it. Thank you for joining me. I hope you learned something new here at Uchee Pines Farm. See you in the next one.